Okay, bowlers, we're ready to get into it. So let's have a look at my delivery, and so we can break it down, and I can show you some really valuable information when it comes to weight transfer. It's I've been working on this process, and I've been working on this system for about would have been about 12 years ago now. I used this methodology when Gazza and I won the 2017 title. So I've been doing it for a number of years, so it feels really natural now. And this is why I wanted to pull things up and really sort of focus on timing. And I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to then bring this back into the channel so you can see what I'm talking about when it comes to the backswing, getting to the end of the backswing and moving forward, and how if you use a method like this, you can get a real advantage through through rocking and being able to control your body weight. So let's get into it. Quite excited about this video. Okay, let's test the tools. Yep, got my marker going. We'll chuck a bowl down to start with, a little bit of a warm up. Me being silly like usual. Nah, just a bit of a light-hearted play around. Okay. Alright, now let's just have a look. I just want to see how I go controlling this. Okay, this is, you know what? Let's just get straight into it. Okay, so what I wanted to teach you today was that if you actually go through footage of some of the better players in the world right now, and historically, you'll find that their weight control is quite immaculate. And I think I know the reason why it is immaculate. It's because I've been working on a system, or I think I've sort of spotted something in the past that has given these players a huge advantage. And it's a new way of playing, a bit of a revolutionary way of being able to control your body weight. So if I pull out my tool, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay, and I'm going to point out some very important things. So my delivery here, I'm at the end of the backswing, right? So the very first thing that I want you to look at is, it's not a very straight line, but it gives you an idea, is that you'll see my arm, right, is in a very straight line, but it's in line with my heel, right? So see this here? Okay, straight down here. Right, and so then if you have a look at my head, okay, my head's over the top of my knee, and if I go back here, right, if I go back when I set up, you'll see that my head's over the top of the bowl there. And the reason why that's so important is because, see this here, okay, it's in line with my foot, is because I am forcing my weight onto this part of my foot, okay, which is my toe. And the reason why that matters is because you'll see the angles here through my leg, okay, is that I'm forcing my body weight down like this, okay? So pretty straightforward thing, right? But when it comes to the biomechanics of lawn bowls, if I can actually start to use my body as a tool, right, where I can control the body weight and I can actually use the body weight as a lever, right, to actually push the bowl rather than pushing with my shoulder, okay, I would have a weight that I could much more repeatedly control, right? So then if I, in theory, adjusted my head height so it was lower, right, in theory, if we do the mathematics, I'd be taking weight off the bowl, right? So what I found was that through a systematic process of trial and error, all right, so we'll get the video going again. Right, so look at this. So if it's through a systematic process of trial and error, right, what I found was when I get to the end of the backswing and load my body weight, see that there? Okay, my arm is straight back here. My body weight is loaded on my toe, but have a look where my heel is on my steering foot. Right, so I'll go like this, and this is where I've come up with the theory of heel toe, right? What this is if I draw, right, like look at that there, okay, so that's, you know, a smiley face. Think of a smiley face, or like a ramp, a half ramp in, you know, in skating, or if you think of a rocking horse, right, sort of going like this, okay. And so the reason why that matters so much is because as I step forward here and transfer the weight down into the ground, so you can see, so my weight's going straight down here into the ground, and I'm forcing the bowl, right, along that trajectory, I can then control the weight in, you know, the various lengths in the game through the rhythm speed of my delivery, right? So I'm loading on my toe, on my left foot here, right? And I am then sort of squatting into the ground, right? So all the weight is in here now. And this is why I think I've got the leg problems. It's because, yeah, it's hard on my legs, but as in I haven't played for a long time. So of course it's hard on your, you know, it's hard on your quads and so on. So as I get to the end of the backswing here, all the weight is loaded on this foot. And then as I move myself forward, and I will take off the notes here, and I will play. All right, and I'll pull that back. Here we go here, right? So I go to the end of the backswing, and then I start to step. Now have a look at that. And the most important part here that I want to show you, you see this here? I'm pointing towards the sky, right? That is because the weight of the bowl now is going into my heel, and my heel is like this, is loading the weight like that. And that's how I'm controlling the weight control. So a little mission for you is to have a look at some, you know, the best players in the world right now and slow their deliveries down, and you'll see what they're doing. And this is how they're controlling the weight over minimum length ends, medium length ends, long ends. It's a new type of delivery that hasn't been discussed. It's quite a revolutionary delivery, and what you find is that your weight control becomes way easier, right? But it's very subtle, because it's like it semi looks like a normal delivery, but what also happens is it forces the body weight forward and sort of gives the illusion that they're sort of walking off the mat, right? So let's have a quick little look here. I will take this tool off and press play. Okay. All right. So now let's watch another delivery. Maybe a couple. And this is what I'm really working on at the moment, because this is what I've been doing in the past. But I thought, hey, I'm coming back to the game. I'm going to just start to release more and more about what I'm doing and what I'm thinking, because I've come up with a 4-step process, or you know, basically 4 pillars to what I think is not a perfect delivery, but is the foundations of a really good delivery for anybody. Doesn't matter if you're a pro, intermediate, beginner. And the first pillar of that is the shooter stance, which I released 10 years ago, and I can't believe it's 10 years ago, and I never released any more after that. This heel toe methodology I'd consider to be the second pillar, right? And the reason is because you haven't now just got the base stance that is so important, you know, and that's the shooter stance, which is about being able to control your line and have better balance. This is a really important pillar to be able to control your weight consistently and become a much, much better player. So I thought, hey, you know what, just to breathe a bit of life into the channel, I thought I would, pull out the crown jewels and, and give you what I think is the most important piece of information around weight control on YouTube or on the internet. It's like you won't find this in books. You won't find this anywhere. And this isn't something that someone taught me. This is a slow process of grinding, trial and error, and being very observant and, looking at past champions and what they're doing. And you know, a lot of it I think is sort of they could be doing subconsciously, but when you break it down into a bit of a system and methodology, when you start to apply it, this is ridiculous. Like, you know, if you're then sort of like using your shooter stance to control your line, and then you start to use this methodology to rock like a rocking horse, with with your weight control, you know, you're becoming quite robotic, and you're reducing the amount of things that can go wrong, and then you're using your body weight as that consistent weight counter sort of weight that you can control and lever. You know, so then you just need to learn the biomechanics of how to adjust that for different green speed. You know, if you're on a carpet or a synthetic, or so green that's 19 seconds, or, you know, green in Scotland, for instance, that might be running 12 seconds outdoors, you can adjust your body, so that then all you have to do is control your rhythm speed to, you know, to control the length. So that's why I'm finding it's much easier now to put a bowl down and then to just match the bowl, because I'm dialed in with the rhythm that I'm launching the bowl with, because I'm launching the bowl with my body. I'm not launching it with my shoulder. My whole body's working as one, right? So I want you to start to think a bit different. Save the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna create a video after this to follow it up, because this is the first part. I want to get out in the green. I really want to break it down further for you, you know, to teach you the different heights, to teach you how to control the length with it, how to play on different green speeds with it. So to be honest, there's probably 3 or 4 videos just in that. But outside of that, I'm then going to teach you the third pillar and the fourth pillar around, you know, how do you bring it all together? You know, how do you bring the line? How do you bring the length together? How do you obviously play, you know, how do you play not just the runners, but how do you play, you know, the drives, you know, in big weight with a, you know, a methodology like this, so that you can get better and better and take your game to the next level. So I'm going to just press play, and we're going to watch a couple more deliveries, and then I will wrap the video up, and I will let you think about it and let me know what you think in the comments. Sorry, I don't mean to break your delivery down. Okay, all good. Now I had couple of deliveries with my orange bowls. All right, so have a look at this here.
The orange ones now. Let's focus on setting up on the mat.
Make sure that's all going. Yep, look at that. So, end of the backswing. All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. End of the backswing, and then we're starting to launch, and that's because we're pushing that weight down and out.
Step forward.
That's it. And that heel, I'll show you. Yep, that's it. So let's go back. Now that heel, see that there? That heel. You know you're doing it if you haven't started to move this arm, the bowling arm forward with the forward swing when your lead foot is pointing towards the sky. That's the number one tell. Okay, that is when you know your timing's good. Okay, let's have a look. There we go.
Should be doing.
All right.
Okay.
Now let's see if I do it.
What I have been doing is sort of getting them there, and I'm starting to step.
Yeah, and that's where my timing's been out. It's because I'm starting to bowl before I'm stepping.
What I want to be doing is I want to be going.
There, that's it. Let's go back like that. There we go there. Heel. Okay, heel. Toe. Like this. Like that. Alright. Let's go back here.
There.
Here we go.
Alright, let's try.
Okay, set up. Now look at this. Alright, just quickly, one more time. I'm going to go through what's important. Head, foot, yep. Weights here, that there. Okay, and then if I go, okay. Sorry, let's go this direction, might help. Now, in what I'm looking for, and it's so hard, it's difficult to do Right, I've started to step a little bit early, but I'll get away with it. See that there? Yeah, spot. It's pretty spot on actually, and that's because the end of the backswing, again, and I've said it 3 or 4 times. See that there? Now this is what's pushing the bowl, is my body weight going forward, going down into the ground like that, like that. And then I'm going to go like that there. See that? What's pushing the bowl? Is it my arm? Or is it my body? And see how I'm sort of like, I'm like a machine. Like look at the back foot. Look at the back foot. Look at this. So as I'm landing here on my front foot, and as I'm going down, I'm going have a look at the back foot. See that's what's pushing the bowl. See the body weight levering over the top. Boom. Little bounce. Doing that. And so then the body weight is all going forward here and wanting to move forward. You're not squatting into the ground, you're pushing the bowl out. See that? That's the natural mechanics. There you go. It's because my body weight wants to move forward and push the bowl for me. All right, so that wraps up this video. I hope you liked this one. This is a doozy. This one, this is more important than the shooter stance. This is the shooter stance of weight, whereas what I shared was, the shooter stance of line control and balance. But what this is, the heel toe, is what I think is it's the next level. It's the next level. I don't know what else to say. So let me know what you think in the comments. It's not for everybody. It's a new type of delivery. It's a bit of a revolutionary type of delivery that's not spoken about by, the top level players. But what I want to do is just throw it out there and give everyone the opportunity to be observant and to look around and see who else is playing like this. Because when you start to play like this, then you become very, very competitive very quickly. And I just want to help you get better. I really enjoy the feeling of doing good. Since I've had my little fella, Noah, I just want to do more good in the world because I want to set an example for him. Because, I wasn't the best character when I was young. I made mistakes and, there's things I'm not proud of. And a lot of that was just around, to do with being selfish because you're sort of focusing on yourself and surviving and so on. And what I want to do now is I want to do the opposite. And the reason is because I've just got so many good things in my life, my family and my work as a programmer. Now I'm coming back to bowls. I love bowls. I love the gym. I love all this stuff. And you know what? I find the more you put good stuff out there, the more good stuff returns. So please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you get value from it, which I know you will, just secretly. But share the video with others too, as in to give them the opportunity to try it. I think that's really important. Help each other. So Nevrata, hope you like this video. I will be releasing videos regularly, short. So I'm going to the gym. I'm showing you what that looks like. I'm getting the body in shape. Bowls out on the green. I'm doing a bit of software development for bowls. I'm working on a tracker app. I'm working on an app, like a CRM app to help bowling clubs manage their membership. It's free. I'll be releasing that in the coming months. But I really want to just combine, my software development, my family life, lawn bowls, the gym, the things I love. I love going to the gym. I've had injuries. I want to cover those as well that I've had to recover from the last couple of years. But it's a bit of a, bowls, programming, gym, lifestyle channel. So subscribe if you're into that. I will wrap this video up right now.